Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs, man. I got a great segment for y'all, man. I want to talk about sad news coming out of the NFL, college football, high school football, man. For anybody who knew the young man, Khyree Jackson, um, it's very sad news, as you all know. The Minnesota Vikings rookie, former Alabama cornerback and Oregon cornerback, pretty much was killed this morning in a car accident. Him and two of his friends. The other two young men was also former college players as well. But before I get started, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. But this segment right here won't be long. I just want to say my condolences to the family of Khyree Jackson and these other two young men. As you know, like I said before, they was killed this morning in a car accident. In which it wasn't their fault, man. When the reports first came out, it was very misleading reports that was coming out at first, pretty much basically blaming them. When it said it was a three-car accident, they was pretty much putting it on like there was three separate cars, okay? And as the reports came out at first, it was pretty much saying like how Khyree Jackson and his two friends was drag racing. That's how it pretty much came out when the reports first came out. But as it continued, the investigation continued to go on, it pretty much wasn't how it was. Khyree Jackson and his two friends was actually in the car. All three of them was in the car together. And it wasn't their fault. Okay. And I've been hearing a lot of bloggers, a lot of, analysts or whatever y'all want to call yourself, pretty much bashing this kid. Did he have, and I'm going to tell y'all why I like this kid's story. Because he came from the bottom. He came from junior college, okay? And everybody's like, oh, well, why he was at junior college? I don't care why he was at junior college, okay? He went to junior college. He made a couple mistakes. He went to junior college. And a lot of people keep saying that all the teammates that you talk to, I hear one blogger, I can't even call him a blogger. I'm just going to call him a talker, okay? That bitch pretty much said that everybody that he talked to pretty much said that this kid right here was a bad teammate. Honestly, with all of the love and support and I get it. Sometimes people pour out love when somebody pass away, but I've heard a lot of good things about this kid, Khyree Jackson, because of the work ethic. You got to have a work ethic if you come out from junior college. You go to the University of Alabama, play for Nick Saban. Okay, maybe things didn't work out. Hell, he won the national championship, so then. He goes on to Oregon, in which he only played 1 year at Oregon, and then he came out this season and he was the 108th pick, in which the Minnesota Vikings took him in the 4th round. And a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, the kid, he put himself in all of these situations. Well, when the reports came out at first, it was very misleading. But now that the reports is pretty much, I'm not going to say concrete everything down, but we can get a clear picture of what happened in this car accident. And like I said, they said that Jackson, as a passenger in the Dodge Charger, and two other, Isaiah Hazel and Anthony Leaton Jr. Hazel was 23, Leaton was 24. So they young, really young kids, man. And Khyree Jackson was 24. So when everything came out, they said that attempted. So they said that one of the female in the one of the cars tried to change lanes. Okay, now let's get this. Let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, they said preliminary investigation showed that the driver of another car attempted to change lanes while driving at a high rate of speed when she struck the Dodge Charger and also struck a Chevy Impala. Okay. The impact forced the Charger off the road and it struck multiple trees. So that's how it pretty much killed all three of them, because she knocked them off the road and they hit multiple trees. And when it first came out, it was pretty much saying like they, went off the road or whatever. And it was three cars and they was pretty much putting it like it was three, those three was driving the car, drag racing, and, they went off the road and hit a tree. But I pretty much knew that right there didn't sound right, because that's only one car. But then when, like I said, it makes sense now. All three of them was in the same car. And this young lady, they got a picture of her up. I won't put her picture up, but it's a young lady. They got her picture up, said that she was at a high rate of speed. They all was coming from a club, a lounge. And she pretty much came over into their lane, driving reckless, and pretty much knocked them off the road. Okay, knocked them off the road. They hit multiple trees. All three of them killed. Two of them was killed. Two of them was killed. Man, my homeboy sending all these messages. Man, I apologize. Man, this dude right here telling me to look up the fighter, like I don't know who Abdullah Mason is. But yeah, but in the end, nobody else was injured. Nobody else was hurt. Nobody else was hurt in this accident. The only three that was the three in the Charger was the only three that was killed. The young lady who caused it, the other two people in her car, they all good. But that's what I always say, man. It's always the people that caused the accident that's good. And then the people that, they're just out here doing, a regular night, regular morning or whatever, trying to get home. They are the one that's killed in these situations. Okay. And like I said, it's a sad situation, man. All three of these young men had bright, very, very, very bright futures, man. And when I watching their highlights, all of them was pretty good. When I look back at, Khyree Jackson was a baller. He went to Oregon and he was one of their best cornerback easily. And it's just a sad situation, man. Hazel, he played at Maryland. Litton, he played at Florida State and Penn State. So that pretty much tells you that all three of these young men, and they all was high school, they all from the area, the Maryland area. They all was, high school teammates, best friends. I was looking on Instagram. I seen them. It was one more friend that was really, really close to them. It was actually four of them. The fourth guy wasn't with them last night. God, it's a good thing he wasn't. But it was four of them. And, three of them, life ended, at the same time. Two of them died on at the scene, and then the other one actually passed away at the hospital. It's a sad situation, y'all, and it just it shows us that life is so short. Life is so short. We never know what's gonna happen, and sometimes it's not even ours. And sometimes we don't have no control over it. That's a lot of people's deepest fear. Just driving home at night or something, and a drunk driver hit you, or just doing all the right things, and something happens, And in this situation, that's what happened, And they said that the young lady, the police pretty much are saying that alcohol was a factor, okay. And I'm not saying that it was Khyree and his friends that was drinking alcohol. It could have been the young lady that was drinking alcohol. She could have been easily under the influence, and trying to race or whatever. And in the end, three young men lost their lives under the age of 24. Two of them being 24, one of them being 23. And Khyree Jackson, the young rookie from the Minnesota Vikings, had a very bright future. Hey, a lot of analysts were saying that this kid right here had a chance to start his first year as a rookie for the Minnesota Vikings. And honestly, I think that he could have definitely started for the Minnesota Vikings. Not saying that they're bad at the cornerback. They are bad. And he reminds me of a version of I'm not saying he, when I look at his body type, of a Patrick Surtain, okay? Of a Trevon Diggs, the typical Alabama cornerbacks that's very lanky, tall. And that's right there why I said, man, this right here is a sad situation, not just because on the football field, but because these young men lost their lives. They were just not about the gritty, and he just started putting it together. Okay. These last few months, man, I've been seeing him really on Instagram. He's been really, really happy. Like I say, he went to rookie camp and he played, and I'm from the reports that I'm hearing that the kid actually played pretty good at the rookie camp. Okay, so he had a bright future in the NFL, and all of it came crashing down. All of it ended, off a bad mistake by somebody, that was driving, reckless, and came over into their lane and knocked them off the road, and they pretty much hit multiple trees. From what I'm hearing, they hit multiple trees, and pretty much ended their life just like that. And that's one thing I always tell people, man. When you drive, you got to always remember that you're driving for yourself, but you also driving for everybody else as well. And that's why I drive the way I drive. You know, I always tell people, listen, go ahead and go around me. I ain't in no big hurry. You see, because whatever is there, it's gonna be there regardless. Okay, like I see people flying down the road, and I'm like, what the hell is this person going? Oh, this person going to Walmart. Walmart ain't going nowhere. They close at 11 o'clock. They not going Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee don't close till 10, 11. So why are you speed? None of this stuff is going nowhere. Okay. And that's why I always tell people, man, we just got to make sure that we drive for everybody else as well as ourselves. But like I said before, former Alabama and former Oregon cornerback Khyree Jackson, the Minnesota Vikings rookie, was killed this morning in a Maryland car crash that claims his two best friends as well, man. And it's a sad situation. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this segment. Let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. It's just a sad situation all around. And he been getting so much love, man. So much love has been poured out to this young man. So, you know, for the bloggers or whoever that's on there saying that he was a terrible person, you know, put a name on it. Put a name on y'all sources, okay? Who said it? What former teammate said that he was a terrible person? Put a name on it, okay? Because we don't want to hear nothing about anonymous teammate said that he was this, or anonymous teammate that said he was that. Because if that anonymous teammate really got balls, or he got any type of, you know what I'm saying, he would put his name on, yeah, I said this. I said that he was this. Because at the end of the day, I see a lot of love from some of the top players that this kid played with. Even, you know, Gonzalez from the New England Patriots. You got Arnold. You know, you got Kool-Aid McKinstry. You got all of these top players, man. All these top players from the University of Alabama. All these top players from the University of Oregon. You know, that's pouring out, you know, love to this young man. So if he was that terrible, why is it that these players, these former players, his friends, homeboys, is pouring out love? And like I said, the kid had a bright future. He was good at Alabama. I liked him when he came to Alabama. I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked him. When he went to Oregon, I said, I don't know why Oregon wasn't playing him the first couple games, because he was their best cornerback. And when they finally started playing him, the kid pretty much, hey, he was one of their best cornerbacks on that team last season, which Oregon had a really, really good defense. So that tells you a lot about the kid. And like I said, he went in the fourth round. Fourth round really ain't bad. The fourth round is really good. You see, 108 pick out of over 200 picks, that's really good. Okay. But in the end, the young man, 24 years old, lost his life, him and two of his other friends. And like I said, man, his other friends, their lives matter as well. I didn't talk about them a lot, but their life is important as well. But in the end, these young men, man, you know, they deserve, you know, at least, you know, I won't question God, but in the end, I just feel like, you know, they lost their life too early. I just wanted to really see what the kid could really do, you know, on the football field. And just continue to grow, you know, coming from junior college, coming to the University of Alabama, going to Oregon, and then being drafted into the NFL. And if y'all go and y'all look at a video, it's a video where he was talking about where he was working at a grocery store. Okay. And it touched me, man, because I'm gonna tell you, when you come from the bottom, right? You come from the bottom and you get to where you want to be. You see, that's right there. Now that's that real life grind. Okay. And like I tell everybody, man, I can attest to that, because that's where I come from. I come from the bottom. You know, I come from working in the cotton field. Like, people laugh, but shit, working in the cotton field or working in a fish pond to where you at right now. And that's right there why I said, man, in the end, man, you just got to live your life every day, you know, to the best you can. You don't know how you're going to leave here. But in the end, man, this young man right here had a lot of life left, a lot of football left. But he lost his life, sadly, this morning with two of his friends in a car crash. But y'all make sure y'all keep his family and his friends in your prayers, man. And let's just continue to, you know, pray for his family, uplift. And but y'all let me know what y'all think about this segment. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. What, you know, with the young lady. As this case continue to, you know, revolve and continue to come out, I will talk about it a little bit more on what I think, should happen. But it ain't my decision. God pretty much, that's that's the judge, But in the end, the young man lost his life at the age of 24. Khyree Jackson, the former Oregon, former Alabama cornerback, and and now former Minnesota Vikings cornerback, lost his life this morning in a car crash. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Until next time, y'all have a great Saturday, man. Peace.